So today so we've been going through a flow, and we're gonna go through the full flow today, and I wanna do one exercise that we haven't done using the wall, because I wanted to, well, first of all, I wanted to mention a little bit what it's called fear, tension, pain cycle. And I just want to explain a little bit what can happen in the body when we get stuck in this, because this happens quite often, that when you come into the birth, and these are also, so here in this classes, we're mostly preparing the body, of course, with the poses. We also want to try to prepare the mind and know a little bit what to expect. And I think the more we kind of know what to expect when it comes to it, we can kind of stay calmer. And if we know how to use our breath and things like this all kind of helps in the process. Because there is this thing that we call fear, tension, pain cycle. And the thing is that when we start coming into this fear, being like scared of the situation, because we talked a little bit about the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, right? Do you know the difference? So we have two nervous systems, basically. The first one is the sympathetic nervous system, or one of them is a sympathetic nervous system. That's more connected to fight and flight system. That's the system we kind of, if you imagine in the old days when a bear came and you have to be ready to either fight or run away or something, like it's this readiness to, take action kind of. And then the parasympathetic nervous system is the system that kind of this relaxed calming system that gives us space, this digestion space to digest, the sexual organs work properly, like it's a state of rest and digest, basically. And we can play a lot with these systems. The thing is, we don't want to get stuck in neither one of them. We need them both. Preferably, we want to stay more in the parasympathetic, the rest and digest system, for the body to work properly. And if we get this fear, being scared, then we kind of move into this sympathetic nervous system, and we start creating tension in the body. So basically the adrenaline goes up, the blood flow goes down, and that starts creating more tension. And when we have more tension, we kind of turn off this, so as I say, we switch to the sympathetic nervous system. So we switch to the system that kind of blocks it. It says like, okay, I'm going to stop digesting. I'm going to stop whatever my sexual organs are doing, whatever is going on here. I'm going to stop all of this because I need to be ready to run, basically. So the contractions during the labor stop or slow down, and the duration of labor becomes higher. And what happens then? There's more pain, there's longer, we have to stay longer in the whole process. This can go on into creating more fear, and we can get kind of stuck in this. So one of the things we can do is to work with the breath. And when we've done a little bit in these classes, we've focused on breath down into the, what we say, the belly area, or into the diaphragm, like using the whole lungs here. Of course, the space is much less than usual, but that's one of the ways we can move into the rest and digest, like into the parasympathetic system. So that's why we're also practicing breathing. So just wanted to mention this, and of course, then we can start creating fear, like being scared about becoming scared, and all of these processes, So being prepared and kind of beforehand working on finding ways where we can come into calmness, where we can find this rest and digest. And I want to do a little exercise later where we can also see a little bit this effect of using, for example, the breath, or using movement or something to distract the mind a little bit when we are in tension or pain. Okay, but let's come into our comfortable seated position, and let's just come into a bit of breathing. And actually this, in the yoga classes, you've probably heard about this diaphragm breathing, or 3-part breathing. We usually talk about the belly, the lowest part. Then we have the diaphragm, which is the muscle here under the lungs. And then we have the chest. And when we are fully breathing, using the full capacity of the lungs, we're breathing into all these 3 parts. And this is probably for postpartum as well. This is probably one of the most important things to work on, because when we breathe, we're not only working with the lungs and the diaphragm, but we're working with the whole body. And this all is connected to the pelvic floor, the abdominal muscles. We're massaging the organs as we do this. We're strengthening everything around here. So a good space to start. Okay. So grab your blocks if you want to sit on blocks, if you feel more comfortable. Let's just see if you need to roll the shoulders a bit, move before coming into a little stillness. And I'm going to suggest that you close your eyes. Maybe take a couple of breaths in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Just allowing these exhales to relax the shoulders down. Relax into the pose. Relaxing our face. And then maybe placing one palm onto the chest or the heart space, the other one onto the belly or the baby. See if we can start coming into this 3-part breathing. Breathing into the belly, into the rib cage, diaphragm up to the chest. This doesn't have to be bringing the belly out, but into the space, because it's a 360-degree space that we have. So even finding the breath in the back and the sides. Just coming into this full breath, breathing in and out through the nose. Trying to find this calmness that comes with it, allowing the breath to slow down. And then we're going to bring the palms down to the knees. Going to come into our rocking. So on the inhale, we keep the spine straight, bring the chest forward. On the exhale, rocking back, just allowing us to round the back as we come back. Inhale, coming forward, keeping the spine straight. Exhaling, coming back, and we're moving from the hips here. Just finding this rhythmic way, following your breath. We try to keep it flowy, so not pausing, just using the full inhales as you come forward. full exhales as we come back. Tapping into your own breath, own rhythm. And we can go take a few more here, or if you feel like you need to change the movement, maybe coming into circles around the hips. So this is one of those ways that we can use to tap into the rest and digest, the parasympathetic nervous system. And the more we practice this, the quicker we kind of come into this space, into this calmness. And this is a beautiful practice to do, for example, before going to bed, or when you're already in bed, just before lying down. Okay, slowly coming up to the middle, finding the center. So we're gonna come into warming up the body, warming up the spine and the neck. So on the next exhale, just bring the chin down to the chest. Then we're gonna inhale the chin up. Might even drop the head back if it feels good. And exhaling, coming forward. Again, just moving with your breath. Making this connection between the breath and the movement. Coming back to the middle, you're gonna roll the shoulders. So on the inhale, lifting the shoulders up. On the exhale, is coming back and down. Inhale up. Exhale, back and down. Maybe two more here. It can be good just to exaggerate the movement so you can get into all the muscles here. Beautiful. Okay, let's come into side stretches. So if you're sitting on a block, it can be good to have a block here on the left side. But if you're sitting on the mat, you usually don't need to block. It's just so look, if I'm here, I'm kind of more down, but I want to be more straight, so I'm not contracting anything or pressing anything I shouldn't press. Okay, so let's bring the palms together. I'm going to take an inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to interlace the fingers, round the back, and then inhale the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, open the chest. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale here. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale up. Exhale, release. One more. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, releasing. For the next one, we come halfway, so inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, and this time releasing the grip. We're going to bring the left palm to the block or the mat. Lengthen the right arm up. And maybe a little bit over. We want to make sure we're creating space. And of course, this should be feeling good, so no pain. Always working on feeling good in the process. And coming back up, changing sides if we're using the block. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale up. This time the right arm comes down, left arm lengthens up, maybe stretching a bit. Nice stretch on the left side of the body. And coming back, I'm going to do some twists. We come up the same way. Exhale. Inhale up. This time the left palm comes to the left knee, right arm behind us. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, looking towards our right shoulder. Twisting in the upper body. Nice deep breaths. And releasing. Inhale to change sides. Exhale. Inhale up. Right palm, right knee, left arm behind us. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, looking towards our left shoulder. And releasing. I'm going to do this one more time for our heart opener. So inhale, exhale, inhale up. This time releasing both arms, palms coming behind us, either on the bolster or just on the floor. Lifting the chest up, maybe dropping the head back. Feeling a nice opening in the front. If it's straining the neck, just bringing the head back up. Okay, beautiful. Releasing. Okay, let's come into, remind ourselves of the Ujjayi breath. So use the Ujjayi breath throughout the practice to kind of protect this area. And it can be good to place the palms here on the rib cage, on the sides of the rib cage. And we breathe into the palms on the exhale, finding everything hugging in, hugging the baby. Inhaling into the palms. Exhale, hugging everything in. Just do two more. And we have a little contraction in the neck. Hear the social sound breathing, but not making it too loud. Okay, release. We're going to come into our forelegs. And let's do it. So when we change poses, that's kind of when we do it. We do it on the exhales, hugging everything in. So we're protecting ourselves as we move. So on our next exhale, hugging everything in, and we move to forelegs. Okay, and we're going to use blocks. So finding one or two blocks in front of you. And more or less keeping the index finger here on the corner. And remember, we have the extra mat here because it can be good to have a little support under the wrists if we're feeling pain here. Or like we did last time, maybe making the roll, yeah. Okay. And we're just going to start by coming into our cats and cows. So on the inhale, looking forward. On the exhales, rounding. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, rounding, pressing into the palms. Following your own breath here for two more. And the last one. Okay, now coming to neutral, just keeping our gaze down to the mat. I'm going to lengthen our right leg back, toes pointing down, and we're going to press into the heels, so stretching the calf muscle here. Pressing into the heel. Do you want to put it onto the mat? It's not slippery when we come into the next poses. Oh, yeah, I think so. Okay, and maybe on the next exhale, if you want to take it further, see if it's appropriate for you today. On the exhale, hugging everything in as you lift the leg up. But remember, you want to feel comfortable in the poses. No straining or feeling pain. And maybe the opposite arm follows. Okay, releasing, coming back. Let's come back into cats and cows. On the exhale, rounding. Inhale, looking forward. Okay, let's try it one more time. Making a roll. I think because it was nice last time, right? Like this. Yeah, even a little bit higher. Yeah? It hurts. Okay, maybe not stretching. Or worst is keeping it bent a little bit. If you can keep it over bent a little. Okay, that's better. Okay, we're gonna change sides. Stretching the left leg back. Pressing into the heel, getting a nice stretch in the calf. Back of the calf. And on our next exhale, if we're gonna lift the leg up, exhale, hug everything in, lifting the leg up. Okay, maybe the right arm comes up as well. So looking straight down for the balance and keeping the spine straight. And releasing. Beautiful. Okay. Gonna come into our soft form. We're starting to move a little bit and feeling how we're doing today. So using the block, we're gonna place the palms on top of the block. Gonna line the right knee here with the right palm. On our next exhale, we're gonna step the left foot forward next to the block. And if this is hard, we should be using 2 blocks here. If this is hard. Okay. On the inhale, let's come up. Finding the straight line. On the exhale, lounge forward. Okay, and we remember we have this relaxing hormone in the body. So we're not gonna go 100%. Just coming to our minimum edge. Inhale, come back. Exhale, down. Let's bring the left leg back. We'll find our child's pose here. So for prenatal, knees come apart. Maybe for you, just keeping the knees together. Forehead on the ground or onto a block. And we come back up to forelegs. And here an option to come up to down dog. If you're there today, toes coming down, pressing up to down dog. You can also stay on the forelegs or come back to child's pose. As we come down, both knees coming down at the same time. Both knees coming down. We come back to our blocks for the other side. Left knee lined with the left palm, stepping the right foot forward. And we come up. Exhale, lounge. Okay. Inhale up again. Gonna come up, down to the block. And let's actually change the blocks around. We're coming into forward fold, stepping forward. So we're gonna lift up the back knee, stepping next to the block. Let's inhale here, lengthen the spine. You can place the palms on the knees or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend your knees as much as you like here. Inhale, coming back up. Arms coming to the sides. Exhale. Beautiful. Okay. If we need a sip of water, let's take a sip of water. And we're going to skip soft form B. So usually we repeat this with the twist. Going to come straight into Vinyasa 1. Okay. So when we're ready, inhale the arms up. Exhale, finding our block again. Going to step the right leg back. Okay, keeping the knee up. The heel comes down. We're going to come up to our warrior 1. So coming up here. Okay, maybe checking if we need to adjust. Both hips are facing forward more or less. And yeah, the back foot about 45 degrees. Front knee bent above the ankle. Strong pose, strong legs. Start thinking about opening the chest here. And then we're going to interlace the fingers behind us. Coming into humble warrior. Inhale here. Maybe moving a little bit forward, but only about here where we can still have the gaze forward. Relaxing the shoulders down. Breathing up to the chest, into the opening. Okay, inhale, come up. Exhale, we're going to come to the block to lift up the back heel. Coming back up again. Okay, and here we have options. So if you want to take it more easy today, you can bring the knee down. But you can try up here as well. Okay, we're going to come into cactus arms and bending the back knee. So on the exhale, bending down, inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. And if it's too much, just focus on the upper body here. Elbows coming a little bit back as we do this, as we bring them down. So we're opening the chest. Okay, one more. Beautiful. Then coming back to our block. We'll bring the knee down. We'll grab our other block, placing them either on each side of the leg or both on the inside, whatever we need. On the next exhale, I'm going to bring the hips back, toes pointing up, straightening out the front leg. Okay, so hips coming back. Yes, exactly. Try to keep the spine straight here, chest open, and then on the inhale, bending the knee. Okay, exhale. Moving with your breath. Okay. Just do one more forward, one more back. And bending the front knee, bending our blocks again. I'm going to move to the other side, so one or two blocks. Bring the left knee back. And come into chaturangas between prenatal chaturangas, so palms on the floor. We're going to inhale as we come back, spreading the fingers, inhale back. Exhale, bending the elbows, coming through, and maybe lifting up to down dog. If we're doing down dogs, otherwise staying on the knees. Deep breaths. You can bend the knees as much as you need in down dog. And on the next exhale, both knees coming down. Beautiful. Come to the other side. Palms coming on top of the block. I'm gonna move over here so you can see me. Lining the left knee with the left palm on the exhale, hugging everything in as you're stepping right leg forward. Okay, we're gonna lift up the back knee. Back heel coming down, we're moving to warrior one again. Bending our way up. Making sure we have a good stand. Feeling good, front knee is bent. Strong legs, hips more or less facing forward. Start thinking about opening the chest here, lengthening upwards. Okay, let's interlace the fingers behind us. Open the chest. And maybe coming forward. And we can keep the gaze forward, looking straight in front of us. Deep breath. Strong legs here. And coming back up, releasing. Gonna find our block just to help us bring the heel, back heel up. So coming to our toes, lifting the back heel up and then coming up again. Okay, again, option to stay on the knee. If we're there today, we're coming into cactus arms. On the exhale, bending the back knee. Inhale, come up. So the front knee stays bent, but we're bending and straightening out the back leg. Thinking about opening the chest, elbows coming back, finding this opening. Okay, last one. Beautiful. We come back down. Find your block. Grab the other block. And we come into our flow here, mini flow. On the exhale, hips coming back, straighten out the front leg, toes coming up. Inhale, come forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. We try to find this place for the blocks so we don't need to move them too much, and the spine is more or less straight, so we can keep the chest open as we do this. Okay, really good pose or good movement to lengthen ligaments around the hips, the pelvis. Okay, next time the knee is forward, we're bending the knee, block comes back down, and we move the right leg back again. Let's take our chaturanga again. Palms onto the mat. On the exhale, moving back, elbows pointing back. Inhale, coming through, lifting up to down dog. And remember, we have options. If you don't want to do down dog for some reason, you can come here on the forearms and forelect. Deep breaths, keeping the knees bent as you need. Feeling the good thing about the pose, what feels good in the pose. On the exhale, both knees coming down at the same time. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what time we have. Okay, let's take a pause, water pause if we need. Sip of water. We have to remember to stay hydrated. So we have one more vinyasa flow, and then we'll go into a little exercise, a little experiment. Okay. Let's find our foreleg again for the final vinyasa. So we're going to move up to warrior 2 this time. So we start again on the knees and the palms. The blocks are more or less by the index finger here, the corner, spreading the fingers to protect the wrists. Okay, on the next inhale, palms coming up to the block. Gonna line the left knee here with the left palm. Now let's line the right knee, with the right palm. And then hugging everything in as we step forward. Okay. And again, we're gonna lift up the back knee. So left foot forward, lifting up the back knee and bringing the heel down. Finding our way up to warrior 2. And again, option to stay on the knee as always. Back knee. So either here or we're here. Okay. So nice strong pose. We're gonna come into a little flow here. So come into reversed warrior. Palm can come on the back thigh, and we inhale the other hand up. On the exhale, forearm comes onto the thigh, right arm comes up and over. Okay, inhale, come up. Exhale, coming forward. Smooth with our own breath. Inhale, coming up. Exhale forward. And in case we're on the knees, it can be good to have a block to support or support us. I'm gonna try with the knee down. Yeah, this one more. You can. It's fine to have it like this as well. If you have more support, and the leg can come. Yes, exactly. And then you have a block. Yeah. And you can support yourself in the reversed warrior. And we're here. Supporting yourself here. Left arm comes up. And then coming forward. Yes, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna come into triangle pose from here. So if we're on the knee, we wanna lift up the knee, coming back up. We're gonna place the blocks more or less like this. Okay, so we're here in our forward pose. So front knee is bent. I'm gonna place the palm on top of the block. So left palm on top of the block. And then see if we wanna straighten out the front leg. And it's okay to allow the right hip to drop forward. Yes, exactly. You decide if you want to look up, forward, or down, whatever feels good for the neck. Here. Okay. Leave the hand. Just you can keep it here, for example. Yeah. Okay. Then coming out of it, we bend the front knee. Come up to warrior two again. And then we're going to find our way down. So knee comes down. We're going to come into twist here in low lunge. So moving the right hand with the block here to the side, open to the left. And we can bounce a few times. And then maybe coming into stillness. Yes. You can even move the left leg a little bit more to open up if it feels better. Exactly. Okay. And releasing. So let's bring the blocks down. You can actually move up to forward fold. Lift up the back knee, maybe changing the block if you need the higher support. Stepping forward. We're going to come into chair pose here. So palms onto the thighs and inhale the arms up. We're sitting down. Beautiful. 2 breaths here. And then inhale, exhale the palms down. Okay. Gonna do the other side. I'm gonna move, you stay where you are. So you'll see me. Yeah. Yeah. Seems too fast. Too fast, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You should be inhaling when you open. Loosen open. Exhale. Yeah, but it's quite fast. Yeah, you kind of move. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think on the exhale you're also kind of protecting everything. Yeah. Inhale, open. But it's quite fast, so you can also do 2 breaths. You know, you can do inhale, exhale, maybe inhale again, and then exhale. If it's too fast, just following your flow. So it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so we're standing by the blocks, and we come into chair pose again. Sitting down. And I'm gonna inhale, come up. Exhale, finding our forward fold. So we can bend the knees as much as we need. Inhale, lengthen here. Straighten the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, let's move the left leg back. So stepping the left leg back, palms on the blocks. Gonna come straight into warrior two. So knee down, heel down, sorry, and we come up on the exhale. Okay, beautiful. And again, if we decide if you wanna stay with the knee up, or let's move with the knee down if we're gonna do that. Okay. Okay, so coming into our flow, reversed warrior, we inhale, arm up. Don't have to go too far, just straight up. And then exhale, coming forward. Inhale up. Exhale, so legs stay still as they are, strong legs. Just moving the upper body. Okay, then let's prepare for a triangle pose, making sure our blocks are ready. We have the front knee bent, palm on top of the block, and then we inhale the arm up if it feels all right. Maybe the left hip can come forward as you need, just as much as you need, and then maybe straighten out the front leg. And again, you can look up, forward, or down, whatever feels good. And if it's too much for the arms or the shoulders, you can also place the palm on the hips. Okay, let's come out of it, bending the front knee. And coming up, warrior two. And we're gonna find our block. Bring the knee down. And coming into our twist here. So left palm with the block comes to the side. And you can move the right leg if you need to give it more space. And then just bouncing here a few times. Opening to the right side. Palm can also be on the thigh if it feels better. Feel more stable. And then maybe coming into stillness with 2 breaths. And releasing. Okay, let's bring both blocks. Actually coming back to standing, sorry, so block can be like this, lifting up the back knee, stepping forward, and slowly coming up, palms to the side. And exhale. Beautiful. Okay. When we bring when we come up and bring the arms to the side, we're protecting a little bit also here the front, because if we're coming up like this, for example, there's a lot more straining in the front body and here. But if we come here, there's more balance and it's a little bit easier on the body. Okay. So now I wanted to do a little exercise. Yes, let's do it now. And we're gonna come by the wall. So if you're at home, find the wall. And I'm gonna ask the 2 of you to come to the wall over there. So we have space. No, only you. Okay, I'm gonna move the camera. I'm gonna be here. I think you can see me okay. So I'll move the camera here. So. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna come into chair pose by the wall. So, yeah, just whatever feels good. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna start by finding where we need to have the feet, because we wanna come down so we're more or less 90 degrees. And when we found the place, then we straighten out the legs and come up again, keeping the feet where they are. So this is our resting pose. Yeah, okay. Okay. So you find the place for your feet, for your 90 degrees. See if there's any questions here. No. And then coming up. Okay. So come up, and then we're going to go down together. Okay, you can choose what you want to do with your arms. And if it becomes too much, of course, come out of it. But I'm going to ask you to do this for a certain amount of time. I'm not going to tell you anything until it's time to come up. But of course, if it gets too much, come up. Okay, are we ready? So when you're ready, coming down. Okay. And let's come up. You can release if you need to. Okay, move the legs. Maybe shaking it out a little bit. Catch the breath again. Okay, we're gonna do this one more time. But this time we're gonna use the breath, focus on the breath, and we're gonna move at the same time. So I'm gonna show you how we'll do it. So we're here. When we come down, and we're gonna inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the arms down. Okay. Okay, so find where you need to have the feet again and then come up. So we'll go down together. So making sure you're more or less 90 degrees. You can rest it on the wall, yeah. Yeah, you should not be, yeah, not like this. So, oh, yeah, it's okay to have space, just allowing the natural curve, yeah. Just what feels most comfortable. Okay, so coming down together. Okay, we're gonna inhale the arms up. Slowly, exhaling slowly. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly as we come down. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. Let's do 3 more inhales. Slow breath. One more. Exhale slowly down. And we're going to come up to standing. Let's just open the legs, closing the eyes. Exhaling through the mouth. So allow yourself to enjoy this moment when you let go. Feel how good it feels after the hard work you've done to get this release. Okay, let's come back to our mats. Set the camera again. Okay, gonna discuss this a little bit, but let's wait for her to come back. But next we're gonna come into squats. So let's just prepare that coming into our squats. So we can use blocks, bolster, whatever feels good. Just finding something to lift the hips up so we can sit down. Preferably with the sit bones facing down. So you can also, you know what, if you have the blankets, it's a little bit softer to have the blankets under. If it feels better, even the bolster if it's nicer. See if it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If we can bring the heels down, that's great. Maybe the palms come together. Just making sure we're not pressing onto the knees here. And we're going to close the eyes. Just coming into a little breathing here. Okay. And we're going to start breathing down into the pelvic floor. So on the inhales, we're going to feel like the breath is going all the way down, kind of filling everything in here. A little bit like we have a balloon or something. And then on the exhales, it's a little bit like we have these two marbles, one inside of the vagina, one inside of the anus. And they're lifting up. So coming into breathing into the pelvic. Okay, it's just the shortest one today, as we don't have much time. So open the eyes and we're gonna release. So if it feels okay to sit like this, maybe sitting for a while, or you can come into cross-legged. I wanted to discuss a little bit the practice we just did. Which one was easier, the first round or the second round of the wall, the seated positions? Yeah. Do you know how long you think it was? Did it feel like the first one was longer, maybe? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, they were equally long, and they were 1 minute each of them. So what we want to show with this exercise is how powerful it is to use the breath and use something like movement to distract us from the tension we were feeling. And really powerful thing that we can bring into the labor as well. And
if I can say something,
yeah.
Because already in the first one, when I felt the pain, I started automatically breathing without even saying
to calm you down. Yeah.
It just came naturally. I guess I remember
Yeah.
Pain, breathe.
Yeah.
Now.
Beautiful. Maybe something you got from yoga or like.
Before yoga.
Yeah.
Just got stuck in
yeah.
Pain, breathe.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. So that's exactly what we can do. And why we did it for 1 minute, because it said that like the average contraction is about 1 minute. So you can feel like it's actually, you can do 6 breaths basically. If you do these slow breathings as we did it 6 times, inhaling and exhaling more or less 5 seconds each. And so coming through one contraction like this, with 6 breaths, more or less. And also the important thing after this, I asked you to come up, close the eyes, and just exhale through the mouth and kind of enjoy the moment after the tension. So that's also something we can use to the little time we have between the contractions to kind of use it to, try to find as much relaxation as possible. Yeah.
If during that one breath was not enough, like my breath capacity was finished, but the
Yeah.
breath was still going.
Okay.
So that means that it's less than 6, right?
Then you need more breaths. If it's, so it'd probably be more like 8 or something like that for 1 minute. Yeah, so then you would make the movement a little bit faster maybe. So it's better to sync the movement with the breath, making the movement a little bit faster instead. Yeah.
It's actually amazing. The more you practice, the more your breath can actually go longer.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's why the breathing, exercises are important as well. And also like all of these things, we were doing the rockings, like taking all these tools that work for you and try to develop them and practice them. So you have these tools in the toolbox when you need them, whether it's in the labor or anything else in life. What?
The rocking with the belly is really possible.
Do you think it's hard with the belly?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Maybe if you sit up top of the block, if you lift up the hips a little bit, it doesn't have to be a block. It can be pillows, or just lifting the hips up a little bit. And you don't have to go far. Yeah. Yeah, because you're lifting the hips more up from the floor. And if you can bring of course, for some of us, it's hard to bring the knees down, but we can also support the knees here. Something. Okay.
When we were doing this exercise, does it matter if we exhale through the mouth or through the nose?
You can exhale through the mouth, yeah. I think, no.
I remember thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's quite different. It felt like it worked on the body differently.
Yeah.
Like I feel maybe when I was saying I use my mouth, this was more like alert for the body, like.
Okay, like countdown, yeah.
I think actually it was better to just go through the nose because
Yeah.
it's more soothing.
Yeah, I think for a longer period, like I would definitely use the nose. Like that's how we kind of want to practice that, to keep the inhales and exhales through the nose. But if you need like to release something like we do at the beginning of the class, then the exhales are good to use. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. The loose jaw, the loose pelvis. Yeah. Okay. What else? I wanted to also, just because you said how it's good to practice the breath. We were talking about this, like the more we breathe, doing breathing exercises, the more it's basically like exercising any other muscle or any muscle in the body. If we're exercising the muscles we use for the breathing, the diaphragm and all these muscles here around the ribs, it's the same. We need to train them as well. And I actually told this story yesterday. So I've been going to a physical therapist, and we were discussing, it's so interesting the conversations we have, a physical therapist and a yoga teacher, talking about these breathings and things like that. And he shared something with me. I'm going to tell you quickly. So his daughter got a lung infection when she was 2-year-old. And today she's around 9, something like that. And because of this infection, she's not allowed to do like a lot of hard work or physical practices. But she, of course, so she can be included in the, like play with her classmates and things like that. She's allowed to participate when they have games, like soccer games. So she doesn't go to practice, but she comes to the games. And because of the infection, she's been needing to do breathing exercises every day, twice a day. And he told me she's actually the one that has the most endurance of the kids, even though she's not practicing regularly like they do, like going to soccer practice. She's just doing the breathing exercises, and that's resulting in her having more endurance than the other kids.
So she does get injuries or not?
She just got this infection when she was 2, and she has problems, so she's not allowed to do too much physical work. So she can't go to practice every day like the other kids, but she can participate once in a while in the games, so she can kind of be in the group. And yeah, so it's just interesting because we're told to, you know, if you want to increase your endurance, go running or something. But then we're kind of working the legs, right? Not the, I mean, of course, also the lungs. But why not doing breathing exercises to work on the lungs? You know? Interesting point.
I guess the more you do it, it just comes so naturally that you don't even think this counting at the beginning that is maybe a little annoying. But
Yeah.
afterwards, you just forget about it. It just
Yeah.
happens.
Naturally, exactly. Yeah. Okay, let's come. It's always a must to take a little bit of Savasana, even though I don't have much time. Okay, so let's finish the class, and we have a little setup. So you choose if you want to just lie down normally. It's probably just, yeah, just as you feel like. We have our setup here with the bolsters. And rolling up the blankets. Oops. Okay, like this. It's better to have it quite long roll. Yeah. Actually, I'll just give you mine because it's ready. Here we go. Okay, so come down to your Savasana, and you can place the feet together here. We put the blanket on top, and then we have here the support under the thighs. So have it a little bit tight, and then coming here under. Exactly. And when we find our pose, I'm not going to put extra here, like if you need it.
I wish you were at my place to look me.
Yeah, every night I'll come. Maybe taking a couple of inhales through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Helping us here, releasing the jaws as we exhale. Try to relax the shoulders. Allowing the arms just to fall down to the sides. Palms facing up. And then we let go of the breath, the control of the breath. We just start focusing on relaxing the body. Maybe starting with our face, feeling our forehead relaxed, our cheeks and chin. Eyelids relax, our jaws fully relaxed. Maybe feeling the back of our head heavy and resting down on the mat or the bolster. Shoulders relaxed. Spine resting down. Maybe noticing how the body moves with the breath. Our hips relaxed. Upper arms and forearms relaxed. The back of the palms resting down. Fingers relaxed and thumbs relaxed. Our hips, buttocks relaxed. Thighs and calves. Ankles relaxed. Our heels heavy. Soles of the feet and toes completely relaxed. Our whole body relaxed and resting down, resting on the mat. Maybe even feeling the heaviness of the body, kind of like we're sinking down. As if we're gonna move, we can't move. Just everything completely relaxed, and we let go of everything. And let's allow ourselves a couple of minutes here in relaxation. Nothing to do but to be. And we're gonna slowly start coming back. So maybe again, taking deep breaths in through the nose, maybe exhale through the mouth. Full breaths. Filling the body with new energy, new air. And maybe start moving fingers, moving toes, just getting this movement slowly back. Maybe rolling the head or stretching out. Slowly finding our way back into our bodies. And if we're with the knees apart, using the arm palms to bring the knees together. And if we're coming up to seated, rolling to one side, supporting ourselves as we come up. Just coming up in our own time. And when we come up, maybe keeping the eyes closed for a few more moments. I'd like to end the class by inviting you to bring one palm to the chest or the heart, and the other one to the belly or to the baby. And whether we are prenatal or postnatal, sending a little energy and little love into this space where we have the palms. And we can bring the palms together in front of the chest. Thank you for coming today. Namaste.